The most valuable commodity I know of is information. Wouldn't you agree? I'm jacked.
I'm jacked to the tits!
Hi there guys, welcome into another session, couple of hours into the London European session here. Little bit of a red market still as we grind our way down to seek some demand on Bitcoin, Ethereum and others. So yeah, a little bit of a red market today. Not too surprised, to be honest. We're coming down to some levels that we've been looking for the past week and a half to 2 weeks, to be honest. We've been eyeballing, if you've joined us in the live sessions on Discord or on YouTube, we've been looking at this 65k level for quite a while, ever since we started to put in those lower highs up at 72k with that high open interest. All right, so now coming down into some pretty nice levels. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to check Bitcoin, Ethereum and Sol. I'm not going to dive too much into other altcoins. We do that in the live session, so join us there. We'll be live in Discord at the US Open, the TRDR Discord at the US Open. And then we'll review the week live on YouTube on Thursday at the US Open. Okay, so let's, because it's a bit of a red day, I hope no one is suffering with the volatility. You need to really get yourself some good data if you are suffering. One way to do that, go and join the TRDR.io Academy course. Go and take a look at this link on my Twitter or grab a link from below this video. If you're really suffering, you might find you gain a little bit more edge and education from this course. A lot of effort put into that course from the team at TRDR and myself. All right, guys. So I actually think Bitcoin's been pretty easy, to be honest. And obviously, with slight rises in dominance, the altcoins have been following. Okay, so let's just have a little review of where we come from and where we're possibly going. All right, so 65k level, if you're unfamiliar, we've been looking at this level for quite a while. Okay, so we're not, we're not going to say, yeah, this is it, this is absolutely it, we're going to all-time highs from here, although potentially we'll watch the order flow today and over the next 24 hours and see what we get. But Monday's multiverse view looking good. Spot bidding 65k. Book depth could be better. Okay, book depth was floating around 300-400 aggregated book depth. Liquidity grab under 65k as we form 1 hour bull divs on neutral funding and open interest. Let him cook. Okay, now what I would say is later on yesterday we rose up from 65k, so I was quite happy with that, to be honest, because the order blocks were still there and defending that zone. So 65k BTC really well defended. If we can get some follow-up bid, next time we hit 72k supply, it's game over for the Bears. Fullsend.exe. Okay, so quite happy to bid this zone, to be honest. These are our BTC diamonds and group spot bid. First attack of 65k. Rolled over, really horrible price action that, this was obviously your 72k zone. Just on a 1 hour chart here, this was your FOMC, and then horrible price action that you've just basically gone around and then starting to just bounce and almost double bottom this area, but with the potential of wicks below 64k. Okay, so cheeky wick under 65k as I've seen as I've woke up this morning, but no invalidation really, to be honest. This wick in or just under 64, I think we struck 64.6k something. There's no invalidation there if you're executing trades in this 65k zone. You're only moving 2.5% below. So, lower the leverage. Don't get invalidated too soon. Don't get your stops too tight. Give price action a room to play a little bit and let price action prove you wrong. Okay, so we didn't even move 2.5% down there, so that was nice to wake up to. Did mention to the guys in the TRDR Discord, if you're not part of that, this was yesterday, just posting a few charts yesterday at coming up towards 4 p.m. at my time. It wasn't looking too bad, so not a bad zone with volume looking good. We've got some nice volume divs building. We'll go and have a look at those in a second, but could still get a cheeky wick below 65k. That would be great, to be honest. Reason for that was you had a couple of floating offers just above price on Bitcoin, but you had these OBC, order book changes, gaps just below 65k, which can more often than not just offer wick space in those areas. Okay, so no liquidity, no orders in those areas. Okay, market bid can come in and start to fill these zones, but in the order book you had no activity in these zones. Okay, so we came down, we actually struck this 64.6k zone overnight in the Asian session. Nothing wrong with that at all. Okay, not bad to see it. So all looking good and constructive. I think what we need to see now is some follow-up bid really on BTC. I wouldn't really be willing to hold this if we just start to really grind the price action down and carry on, you know. I think if it comes to that, you're probably going to get some a lot lower bids. So you certainly don't want to be holding leverage if it just starts to grind down. Just let price action invalidate you, and we'll start again. Okay, if you're still holding a bit of short, maybe take a bit of profit down here for sure. For sure, if you're hedging short positions from that 72k zone. If you saw any of our live sessions the other week, we were hedging positions up here. We're now coming into a demand zone. It's kind of prepare, okay? Prepare. Couple of other charts to just have a cheeky quick look at, and it is I am on Twitter because it's a little bit easier than just flicking back and forth on the trading view or the TRDR console before we go and have a look at some order flow. Okay, so ETH USDT potential to fill the 3.3k wick zone, while ETH BTC starts to range. Okay, so similar percentages down, just kind of looking at this 3.3k zone as ETH BTC just starts to range now. So ETH BTC is being absolutely decimated. I would say on a daily chart, it's actually starting to look constructive now. You know, you don't want to start auctioning these lows and then grinding down any lower. This actually is starting to look quite constructive. Okay, so 3.3k zone on ETH, that's what we're looking for. Came down, we just tickled just close to there, 3,350 I think. And when we go check the order flow, just bear this level in mind. There's some big order blocks and spot demand just starting to hold this level now. So ETH looking good and primed, ready to go. Do we just grind this area out and then rise back up? You know, I've always said I'm kind of looking towards the end of June, really, which isn't that long away, really, is it? You know, the end of June for BTC and ETH. Let's grind this demand out, okay? Let's trap a few more bears, possibly get people chasing shorts into this zone, wanting lower prices. You know, the people who aren't watching order flow, they aren't watching the data. Let's trap a few of these people down here on low open interest, low funding, as we get volume divs, and then we'll have a start to rise up, and then I think we could be in for a little bit of a Godzilla candle in the coming weeks. Similar with Sol, to be honest. I do like the Sol chart. I know I've said this many times before, but looks really good. Okay, so Sol super trend continues. Could see a deviation into 130s maybe, but this is still one of the best charts out there. Nothing to fear here at all. So I was looking at this yesterday. Okay, so classic TA obviously, but in reality, I'm checking the order flow in the TRDR console and was just looking at a flick down into this 130 level. Didn't know it would come so quickly yesterday, but it did. Okay, so looking good now. Okay, actually wicked right down onto the 130. Again, you know, same with BTC, same with ETH. I want to see some demand come in and push this back up now. Don't think it'll be a V-shaped recovery back up, okay? But you certainly want to come back up, like all these other similar times, start to recover the trend, get some dynamic bid on that and start to flow up. So now send and let's enjoy the summer on Sol. Will it be a Solana summer? Certainly not summer over here in the UK at the minute. It has been pissing it down with rain every single day. Right then, so let's jump into the TRDR console and check some data points and see what we can foresee in the coming 24-48 hours. Right, here we are then, guys. So basically, this is our BTC spot chart 15-minute basis on Binance, and we can see where we've just come from grinding weekend price action. Okay, we've ground down. This was around about yesterday when I posted that chart. I was thinking, crikey, you know, maybe this entity just wants to hold price here and that's it. We flicked up. I think execution of orders in this area is very valid. And as I say, this little wick down is not within even 2.5%, which I normally say is kind of like your risk tolerance there. So shouldn't have been stopped out there at all. If you were executing in here, you had plenty of time down at these levels. Okay, you had good 3 o'clock, you had a good couple of hours to execute a couple of orders in there, maybe leave a little bit on in case we come down. I know a couple of guys in the socials were happy to put a bit more risk on if we come down into the 64s, and that's what we did. Okay, and we hit a BTC diamond, TRDR, BTC diamond just in this zone. We're just flicking to the perps chart now, and we can see we're full of order blocks now on the perps chart, just willing to defend this zone if we do come back down. Interesting to see that the spot order block has now gone. Not sure if that filled. Someone who was awake at 2:30 in the morning would have to fact check me on that to see if that entity filled. Yeah, so spot order block has gone. The only thing I am concerned about here is, okay, so I would like to see some dynamic bid come in and start to push price now, even if we just go sideways for the next few hours. General aggregated bid depth, maximum we're hitting down here at the minute, okay, so this is all exchanges. Maximum we're hitting down here at the minute is 450, 500 mil, okay. Really, really good aggregated depth, 800, 900, 1 billion, okay, 1 billion aggregated depth. So I did say this to the guys in the socials. I said, we're looking okay here, but the aggregated depth is just not, we're just not quite there yet. We're just not quite there. Have people filled happily from a lot lower, that 56, 57k level, and this is the best you're going to get, okay? Maybe so. It's been known before. It has been known before, especially when we go and have a look at volume in a second. Not much to see from the other exchanges. Interestingly enough, Coinbase haven't got much, but they did bid this level, okay? So Coinbase Pro Diamond I've got in there as well. I've just added Coinbase Pro to this BTC Diamond. If you're unfamiliar with that, it's part of our alert system. Go grab a link from below, get yourself a free trial. So they did bid that as well. Kraken, we know because we've looked at this for weeks now, a couple of weeks. Kraken have had this bid all the way down here. But yeah, perps is the interesting one. It'd be nice to see if on this lower open interest with neutral funding, if perps really want to defend this area and send us back up. That's what I'd be looking for. Something of note as well, what you want to basically see disappear. You see these kind of like real market maker in offers just floating above price on BTC. You want to see these disappear, okay? So any offers that are kind of chasing price down, you want them to disappear as price rises up, and we'll see what we get. All right, guys. Quick look at volume on BTC then as we come down, okay? Really nice to see this. Grinding price action, open interest coming down. Nice little cluster, okay? Nice little cluster of low funding, LS ratio and open interest down here. 1 hour basis as we form bull divs, okay? Really, really nice to see that, okay? So long may that continue. You want to see this continue. You don't now suddenly want to see the volume drop off or anything as offers start to attack price action. You really want to see this follow up with some dynamic bid. All right, quick look at Ethereum. Okay, I'm sure Larry is not launching ETFs for these products to fail. Okay, so ETH's had some really nice bid anyway. Okay, so this level is a level we've been looking at again for a long time. Initially, the other week, we're looking at the 3.5k level. We've come down as these top levels and order blocks hold the price here, just around that 3.4k level, okay? ETH diamonds in the lows, all you've done is bounce, come back and re-establish almost like a double bottom here. ETH diamond again, $3,360 there, okay? Coming down a little bit now. Again, you just want this bid to hold. It'd be nice if BTC looked a bit more like this actually, especially from spot. But yeah, all very constructive. And as we were looking at this the other day, again, go check the general chat in the TRDR console. Said to one of the guys that this is the level to hold. And if you looked at the BTC charts as well, there was some floating bid just below as well. Let's go and have a look at Bitfinex. Same, yeah, Bitfinex, big order block defending price. Higher bands are in control. But I think Bitstamp was bidding this zone on ETH BTC as well. So confluence of USDT and ETH BTC to come down a little bit lower and fill the demand, and that's where we are now. Okay, so we're the recipe for long exposure is in full flow. Do we need to grind this area out for a little bit longer, maybe another week or so? All right, could be on the cards towards the end of June. Sol, another one. Why were we looking at 130? It's these static bids down here that we're seeing on perp. So well defended there at 140. Okay, but you've had these static bids coming in. If I just flick to spot as well, this has been here for a while, right at the 134 level. Obviously, with the dominance rising on BTC, alts can suffer, and you see that from this, you know. Really wicked down to like bang on 130 actually, and we're now bouncing up. Okay, no major orders on Sol, but this is kind of the price action you want to see. Okay, big wick down. I'm sure a lot of people got liquidated, and you're just seeing these kind of market maker orders just come in and just start to now push price up a little bit. Okay, so you want to see price fill and dynamically push this up. If you've got any fills down here on any of the altcoins or anything, very easy risk reward now. Get your stops in. You know, if we are going to roll over, I'm not saying we're just going to rock it back up, but if we are going to roll over now, just manage your risk. Look for the dynamic bid to now push price up past your entries. All right, but yeah, keep an eye on perps. Looks like these guys just got used as a bit of liquidity on Sol as we wick down, come back up. You now want to see the bid fill back up on Sol and go from there. All right, guys. So yeah, nice and easy here now, I do believe. It would be nice to see some of these orders that you see here, these bid orders, come in and now start to sit back under price and chase it up. We really want to start reclaiming some zones. 67 would be nice to reclaim. Keep it very simple. Just look left. That's your resistance up here. Obviously 67 resistance. It'd be nice to come back up and just keep it steady. Come back up, reclaim this zone, grind it out a little bit, come back up, 70k, reclaim. Then I think the bears are absolutely fucked, to be honest. All right, guys. So yeah, if you have been struggling in the last few days, go and check out the academy course. I think that really could be of interest to some of you guys in the socials. Ignore your crypto Twitter timeline. It's been very salty at the minute. I don't understand why, to be honest. Price action has been very orderly, very constructive, very much as we in the socials and on our live sessions have expected. Okay, so jump in here, grab a link from below from free trial, grab the academy if you think it can be of use to you. All right, guys, live in the Discord later, live on YouTube on Thursday at the US Open. Join us there and let's have a great week. Cheers, guys.
I bet your margins are pretty nice and fat.
Let's not talk about my margins, by the way. Being nice and fat, that's a nice shirt. Do they make it for men?